Good morning from Lumbee, British Columbia. I am the gray bearded gourmet. This morning we're going to make mushroom soup. But first, happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Cheers. This is Bodacious white wine. It's actually part of the recipe, so I thought, well, I'll pour myself a glass. So this is a great recipe. I can't wait to taste it. Onions, 1 large onion, garlic, cloves, 3 leeks, butter, oil, salt and pepper to taste, and then half a cup of wine. And the star of the show, our recipe called for 2 pounds of mushrooms. So just to give you a kind of a look as to what 2 pounds looks like, I'm just going to pour them on the table, and then I'm going to take a break because I have a lot of work ahead of me cutting up these mushrooms. There, 2 pounds of mushrooms. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you a little bit later, and we'll get cooking. I'm back for a minute or so. I bought this little vegetable cutter off of Amazon. Everybody buys things from Amazon. And I didn't like it with dicing the onions because, well, what I learned was that once you push the onion down, you're going to have to go back and back cut it to get the little squares that you want for dicing. Otherwise, you just get big, long strands. But for doing these mushrooms, it's awesome. So I've got a blade in there with about 1/4 inch holes, so I just push down on it. Push down on it. Push down on it. Pull it up. I'm just going to clean the bottom off. And then take this off, and what's left is just chunks of mushrooms. Pour it in the bowl. So that's has expedited that part of the recipe. There, I've got almost a whole bowl full here. I'm back. So to expedite the process, I cooked all the onions, and I didn't mention I have three leeks in there, which came out of my sister's garden. And so I did it in a big frying pan on the stove. And now I'm going to pour it in the foodie here. Poured it from the frying pan into this bowl because I was afraid that I was going to spill it all over the countertop here. So there's the onions, 2 pounds of mushrooms. You know, doing the mushrooms, this is for the Ocean Falls group, reminding me of the days when Meagans, who used to live a few doors down from, and I don't remember whether they moved or not, but they used to live a few doors down from Nairns at the top of the double hill. And I remember they had beds and beds of mushrooms in their basement. That's how I remembered anyway. Could be wrong. I guess Michael will have to authorize that one. But anyway, so I've got the mix of mushrooms, leeks, and onions, salt and pepper, and they were all cooked in a kind of a butter oil concentrate. So, does ever smell good? It asks for thyme, but I'm not a real fan of that spice. I don't know. It seems to be really, really strong in anything that I've made. Anyway, let that just simmer for a minute. The noise you're hearing is the fan above the induction hot plate. We don't really have a stove here. I use an induction hot plate. Works really well. So this is the chicken broth I'm putting in here. Again, I kind of want to make the videos kind of short and sweet. That's why I decided this morning to expedite this part of it and do it on the stove. It's one of those things that nobody needs to know how to fry onions on a stove, or in my case, the hot plate. Those induction hot plates, boy, are they ever nice. They boil the water within a minute on 10. Yeah. So anyway, that's 2 containers. I'll put in the half a cup of wine while I'm at it here. Cheers. I don't drink very much. That's the first glass of wine I've had in years. But I thought, it's Thanksgiving and thinking about my situation here and how thankful I am to my sister Christine and husband Keith for taking this old waif in, giving me a roof over my head, allowing me to do silly things like make soup on Sunday mornings. Just going to mix this up. I don't want it to be, I think that's fine. Yeah. I don't want it to be too thin, so otherwise I'll run into what I had done before was it came out too thin. So anyway, I'm going to turn off the searing part of it. Put on the pressure cooker. Put the lid down. Whoops, wrong lid. Sorry, couldn't find the lid. I usually have it on the table, and this time I put it over on somewhere else. Put the lid on here. When it comes to where it's pressured up, I'll put it on for 5 minutes. So mushroom soup in 5 minutes. Go figure, eh? So I'll come back when the pressure is up and the soup is ready to Welcome back. I'm just making a slurry of cream and flour. Dutchman Dairy, 38%. I'm using about 1 3/4 cups. About 8 tablespoons of flour. Just pour it in there. There. And I'll just there. And I'll just let it stir it in. So I've got it on medium high just so it doesn't burn on the bottom. I'll just, a couple more things here. Yeah, scrape them out. Yeah, there we go. Let that simmer for about 10 minutes. Then I'll come back. Okay, I'm back. We'll give it a go here. Oh, yeah. Ouch. There. What I like about it is there's lots of mushrooms in there. So if you're a mushroom fan, this is a great soup for you. Anyway, again, thanks everybody. Cheers. Happy Thanksgiving. Say thanks. We're very thankful to live in Canada. I think so. And that doesn't matter what race you are, what color you are. Canada is a great place to live. So cheers, everyone. Soup's on.